What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Space Engineer Survival. I'm your bro Warlord, and I just wanted to start by saying Happy New Year to everybody because this is going to be posting on Monday of the new year. So this is the January 1st video, and well, we've got our Christmas lights. So I was kind of thinking, since it's New Year's, well, I guess we don't really have any fireworks or anything of the like in the game, but we could make something happen. I don't know what just yet, but I'm sure we can make something happen. Here, I got an idea. There's some sparks. Oh, I'm not getting on top of this thing. I can. Gotta get everything we can. So yeah, anyway, for this episode though, my plan was to continue on expanding the base out here. I formulated a few ideas for this. Still not 100% yet. I'm probably going to get rid of the Christmas lights. I know that sucks, but it's just going to be something I'm going to have to do. And then I might, instead of having this ramp here, I might do, and this ramp for that matter, I might do like an internal staircase up into something like right next to the refinery here. The only thing that sucks about that is there's the battery here and here. So that's going to be the only part that's going to be tough. So I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to move the medical room, so I might do it in this little corner, especially if I'm going to get rid of the ramp. So that being said, I think I'm going to pop right to it. But first I'm going to grind this down, and then I'll get back to you guys when I get this done. Okay, that's all done and dusted, so now it's time to get rid of these Christmas lights. I love them to death, don't get me wrong, and I might still keep those ones, but just for the time being, I really want to just get rid of them, at least over here, because I want to be able to kind of expand this out, put a staircase up there, stuff like that. So I'm just going to have to get rid of at least those. I'm going to keep those for now, but I am going to get rid of these and go from there. I want to build a staircase first, but I do need to build the medical room down here. But in order to do so, I'm going to have to deposit everything here. Except like 10 interior plates. Just so I can place the medical room real quick. Because it'll definitely be nice to have the crew quarter medical room area, something like that, down here. And then have like the logistics kind of up there, because I do want to move everything down a level except for like logistics and stuff like the TIM system and everything, which is nice that that's not a mod, because as you guys know, I'm doing a strictly vanilla playthrough except for the scarcity mod, so it will definitely be really nice to be able to at least have the TIM system in a playthrough like this for sure. So I'm definitely excited about that. In fact, I'm probably going to end up installing that this episode or next, and I think that will definitely be that'll be really good, because then we'll have more control over the base and the like. So I'll be really excited to have that done. But for now, I want to move the medical room, which I don't quite have enough room for everything. In fact, I'll just come back for that. And I might do some welding, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. So, for now, get rid of this. In fact, actually, you know what? I don't think an outside staircase to that would be that horrible of an idea. I mean, yes, it would suck, because then if I'm in the base, then I have to go outside to go up and around. But, I mean, it's really not that bad, I don't think. I wish ladders were still in the game, but those have been out a long time. For sure. Let's see what else we've got. I do want to get rid of this, because I don't really need access to much of anything up here, other than maybe the arc furnace, but I can still connect to it through the assembler, so I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, that's everything there. And I'm thinking, let me see how this all turns out here. So, where would a staircase outside be good at? Okay, I thought I saw something moving, but I know I don't have, like, dogs on or anything, so that's why I was confused for a second. What if I put it here, I wonder? It's already got part of a natural ramp, too. So it's literally almost perfect. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, actually. So I'm going to go over here. I need steel plate before I do that. A little bit of steel plate. And then do myself a little bit of a ramp here. Like so. And bang, you got a ramp. And the best part is I'll be able to grind down that other one, and I'll be able to make a slightly better off base out of it. So I kind of like that I'm incorporating this whole little upper portion of the ship into my base. I think that does look really cool, and I think I'm going to keep the color with it because that'll make it even more so, even more apparent, I think, which will be really cool for sure. And it'll be nice to be able to get the resources out of that heavy armor slope down here for sure. Well, actually there's two of them from the looks of it. Even better because it's metal grids. Okay, now I come around here. And I can just deposit stuff like this. And we've got this little corner to do whatever we want now. So, all the better. Now, actually thinking about it, if I really wanted to, I could actually instead have a block come out here and then run the stairs down that way, or the ramp or whatever. I mean, tell me what you guys think in the comment section if you think I should do that. I mean, it's all subjective and opinion based, honestly, but I like this, but I also like that idea of being able to put one out and then come down this way. Especially if I grind these blocks down and like these blocks and stuff like that, it'll look better. It'll look really, really nice and smooth, I think. In fact, I might go get that signal and then come back and try that and see if I like that more or less. Because that doesn't sound like a bad idea, actually. And I know you guys are going to be yelling at me for this, but I'm going to go ahead and take the aircraft here. I'm gonna go get that. Oh, actually, I've got a little more time than I thought I did. Okay, I can't waste too much fuel though, so I'm gonna hurry up and do this. But I will catch you guys when I get there. So, quick update here. It was actually behind the mountain, so I actually had to go around it and use that way to get here, which is fine. What side is the button on? Is it on the bottom side? Well, I guess I could roll it, so that wouldn't be the end of the world. I'm gonna actually go ahead and do that first, or at least try to. A Badger rifle? Interesting. I don't have too many rifles, so that's actually kind of different. Sir, you can stop rolling now. Sir, please come back. Guys. Oh, I need to catch it now before it starts rolling even more. I'm about to watch some pro stuff here. That's where I say that and it messes up horribly. Yep. Straight legit pro. Alright, yeah. See, this is the mountain I was talking about. Because I thought it was... When I originally went to go get this, I thought it was on the hill of the other side of the mountain here. But then when I approached it, I realized that it was on the other side of the mountain. And I was like, oh. Well, I guess I better go get that then. And the whole reason I even waste my time getting these is just because it's fuel. Plain and simple. That's the only reason I even bother. That's why I can't wait to get to space, because then it'll be even easier to get fuel that way. Just literally drop what I'm doing, go grab fuel, and come back. I don't care about the skins at all. It's literally just the fuel is all I'm worried about. And I have a nice fuel efficient enough craft that it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I just need to make sure I charge it during the day. Really, really good like. That's going to be my only issue. Ooh. Where am I at here? Oh, good. I'm going to drop it off and park. Okay. Let's hope I actually park this thing up and down. That's one thing I need, is I need a second landing gear. Or at the very least, I need to do some sort of thing where I have 4 of them. Okay, where's the reactor on this little thing? Ah, there you are. Sweet! Oh, and I need to turn you off before I forget. Okay, I'm going to grind this down and then try the other staircase, and I'll get back to you guys when I've done so. Okay, so obviously I'm going to grind down this little bit here, although I do kind of like how it looks like a support a little bit. But this is where the alternative ramp would come down, would be right here. And I've got this little guardrail, walk in, come around, do that. I mean, tell me what you guys think. Honestly, I kind of like this a little more because I like how it wraps around better, personally. I think that just kind of, it looks a little better. For whatever reason, I don't know. I like it more. I'm going to get rid of this. And stick with that, because I think that does look a lot better. I do really think this is coming along. The only thing now is I need to set up my TIMS system. I just need to figure out if I want to set it up here, which I may be able to work out here, because I've got room here, here, and then I could do LCD, LCD, and then LCD. I think I might go ahead and do that, actually. So my programmable block, my timer block. So okay, for those of you that are watching that may not have done this before, I'll do a quick little explanation on how the TIM system works. TIM is short for Taladin's Inventory Manager. I'll put a spelling up on screen for you guys just so you know what it is, because it is spelled a bit differently, or a little oddly, I should say. But essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want a programmable block. Now, one thing for this, a little bit of a disclaimer here. It is not a mod. It is a script, which runs on a vanilla programmable block. So essentially, it's sort of like a kind of mod, but it's not. It's not qualified as one, rather. So I do find that part kind of nice. But essentially what you're going to do, and actually, I may not put the spelling up on the screen. I might anyway, but I might not have to, just because it's going to be when I pull up my scripts anyway, you'll see it. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your programmable block. You're going to want to go to Edit. You're going to go Browse Workshop, because this is where you're going to get it on the workshop, and it's spelled just like this. Taleden, Inventory Manager. You're going to double click that. You're going to go down, you're going to check code. Now that you've done that, and it says compilation successful, you're going to go down to remember and exit. And then you're going to want to go ahead and run it. And I was at first wondering why I'm not running it, only to remember my batteries are not on. So just for a minute, I might have to turn them on for a second. So I think I will do that just for a split second. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run this. Okay. Now, as you'll see, it only ran once. And it was completed in 89 milliseconds, 2% load. So, you know, that's not much of anything. It's when you get the really big bases that it really starts to overload. But what you're going to want to do now is you want to go to your programmable block. Or, excuse me, timer block. Click it to silent if you wish for silent operation. Otherwise, it's just gonna have this little beep. You can set it anywhere from, well, honestly, you can set it as long as you want, but I generally tend to set it anywhere between 1 and 10 seconds, generally, depending on how big my base is. Mine's very small, so I'm just going to set it up with a 1 second delay. So you're going to do the 1 second delay, you're going to go to Setup Actions, you're going to pick your programmable block, which if you have multiple is going to be kind of annoying. That's why I like to run it first, so that it says Tim next to it. You're going to run with default argument under the first item in the hotbar, and then you're going to select said timer block. If you have multiple of those as well, make sure you label it. I only have one, so I don't have to worry about it. You're going to right click drag this down as well as the first one, and then you're going to click start. You're going to back out of this, and then you're going to hit start. So it's going to run, and if I go down here to my programmable block, you'll see it's consistently running. So now we officially have a Tim system set up. Now, where it gets kind of crazy, and I'll explain as I go when I do the other parts throughout the base, basically what you do is you tag stuff like refineries, assemblers, cargo containers, and what you'll do is that'll essentially allow you to automate the inventories where everything goes. Like, say, for example, I just have like a dump container where I dump my ores, my components that are left over that I don't need, whatever, into a container. If it's connected to the rest of the system via conveyors to the other cargo containers that are on the same grid as the Tim system, what it will do is it will suck out the ores, the ingots, and the components, and it will sort them out into different little cargo containers accordingly to what you have set. So, for example, if I had a cargo container, like say, I only have 2, but say I wanted to, what I would do is I would sort, okay, well, this is cargo containers, so I would do Tim, and then I would write, ore, or ingots, or component, and then what you would do is you would put a close bracket afterwards. And that would tell the Tim system, hey, read off of this container, figure out what's in it, sort it out to a proper container. And I absolutely love that feature, because then when I'm looking through for components or the like, or I want to see what I have, it lets me do that. Now, it gets better than that, I promise, right? So, hold on a minute. Crap. I hope the sun's coming out soon, because that's not good. There is another part to the system though that's actually really useful. So what we're gonna do now is put everything I don't need away, and then you're gonna pull out some displays. I believe it takes bulletproof glass. I think that's it. Maybe some interior. I don't even remember. And what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna pull out some LCD screens, right? And I'm gonna do just like that, like that. The only thing that sucks is I can't place like a corner screen, which I don't get, but it's whatever. If I really wanted to, I could put one up there, but I think it'd be kind of eh. So I'm just gonna set one here, here, and here once I get more construction components. I knew I needed something, I just couldn't remember what. And these are sort of the same as the cargo containers, except for these ones, what you're gonna do is you're going to do Tim invin : meaning inventory, essentially. And in this case, we're going to do ore. And it will read out to you a list of your current ores. It will tell you your quantity, what your max was at one point, and how many refineries are currently working on the process. My refinery and arc furnace are currently off. So this isn't going to have anything. Otherwise, it'd have like a 1 or a 2 or however many are processing or at any given time. And now that we have that set up, I'm going to set up my ingots, which is the same thing, except you use ingots. It recognized it. It puts up ingot. And then for your components, you're going to want to simply do the same thing, but component. Close bracket. And just like that, you have a consistently updating system telling you, okay, this is what you've got here, here, and here. And there's more extra bits and bobs to the system that I could add later, but for now I'm just going to leave it because I might end up doing this over here or here and then putting 2 white LCDs in this area. But you guys will see that much later. So for now, that's what I have running. But I think the only thing that kind of sucks is it takes a lot of power, as you can see. Like, this is just the TIM system running. I don't currently need it, so I'm actually going to go ahead and set it off. Well, I'll do this in the timer block. Hold on, actually. So, programmable block, and then the timer block. TIM system, save, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Let me see how much power those are using. Okay, I'm going to group the TIM LCDs as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn those off as well. And I can turn that all back on at any point. It's just going to be a big power saver. I'm not honestly sure what I'm using power for right now anymore. Oh, you know what? I might be doing it to charge the batteries because they're currently charging. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do... Yeah. Okay. So that was basically a quick little tutorial on the TIM system for anybody who hasn't used it before. It's a really, really nice, nifty system. I like it a lot. It is most certainly helpful in a lot of situations. If I really wanted to, I could put one on my rover, but there's not really any massive use for it because I've only got the 2 cargo containers. So, I mean, it's not really necessary for anything like that. So I'm not going to worry about it too much, quite honestly. I'm going to recharge my power, though. Maybe? Is my rover not on either? Alright, batteries recharging. I think they are. They are. Okay. I got plenty of power. How far is that? Ooh. I'm gonna go get one more unknown signal, actually, real quick. Against my better judgment, I will. Let's see, for comparison's sake, I have 339. Let's see how much I burn going to get this in back. Because if I burn more than what I'm going to get, I'm going to stop doing this. And just maybe take the rover. Because I don't know how much I actually burn when I do this. So we're about to find out. If it's even worth it or not. In fact, this would almost be one of those things that I should just have like an off button for the front thruster, so that way I don't waste any more fuel than I have to. Just any little cost saving measure would be really nice. Okay, we use 0.03, which I think I actually get out of these, so that might not be good. Sometimes you can get more, it just depends. See, now I just really used a lot in that maneuver. Yeah. That's why I'm saying it's not always a good thing. That's why one of my big things in space is going to be get as far away from the Earth as possible, because the Earth is going to be able to block a lot of the sunlight, and you don't want that if you're going to be using solar panels. Oh, see, I already burned that getting over here, so these really aren't that worth it. Which kind of sucks, actually, that I'm burning more than it's actually worth. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind. When I'm doing solar power, it's fine, but when I'm using strictly uranium, it's not good. Come on. Plus, I'm not being as efficient as I could be, though, which is another thing altogether. Okay, how much fuel have I used? See, I'm at 329. So I've used 0.1 ingots. That's not good considering I got 0.03. I got a third back of what I used. That's not a winning ratio. So I definitely need to be more conscientious about it. And for that matter, I need to make sure I'm charging this as much as possible when it's daytime now. Which that's kind of the issue, is that I don't have a whole lot of solar power left in any of my batteries for that matter. So it's definitely of concern. So I'm going to really have to start ratcheting down on my usage here in the next little while. But I think I'm going to call that an episode. So if you guys liked that video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it or you hate everything about life, hit the dislike button. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. And if you're just browsing your way through, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Really show your love and support. Much appreciated, guys. And I will see you in the next one.